When I developed diabetes about 25 years ago, I was told that it was like brushing your teeth. Insulin was a piece of cake. And quite frankly, it's not like brushing your teeth. But it's something that you can live with.
We're the ones that have to tell them it's time for insulin. And we have to also tell them and educate the patient that really insulin is part of this disease process. It's a progressive disease, and it's not necessarily a reflection on your poor lifestyle or not behaving correctly as much as it is the disease process.
When we talk to our patients about the long-term goals, we talk about hemoglobin A1C control, and we show them a couple of studies. The big United Kingdom prospective diabetes study, which everybody talks about, showed if you lower your A1C by about 0.7, 0.8, that's not much, you drop your risk of complications significantly. We also show the type 1 diabetics, the diabetes control and complication trial. Dropping your A1C from 9 to 7 dropped the risk of all those complications by about 70%.
Initiation of insulin is going to be required in almost all, if not 100% of type 2 diabetics. And it's never been easier to initiate insulin than it is today with this insulin pen device. It enables us in the office to educate a patient. I educate some myself, but most of the time it's the nursing staff that does the education process. And we're able to initiate a patient on basal insulin, Levemir, or preprandial insulin such as Novolog with the Flex Pen device in a matter of 2 or 3 minutes.
In my life and in my patient's life, we use insulin pens. Small needles, silicone coated, sharp, they don't hurt. Pens that you carry around. It's no longer going into a bathroom and drawing up your insulin at a restaurant. Now you just take the pen out and nobody even knows you're taking insulin.
I love the Flex Pen because it's accurate. I have a lot of experience with Levemir, and I found it to be a true basal insulin dosed once a day in 95% or more of my type 2 patients.
We want to achieve glucose control. We want to get that hemoglobin A1C less than 7, but do it without hypoglycemia, do it without unacceptable adverse effects. There have been a number of studies on type 2 as well as type 1 diabetes, and Levemir, Hermanson and others looked at insulin Levemir in patients that were on oral agents, and interestingly noted less weight gain.
Well, I think it is the premier basal insulin to use today. And the reason for that is because of lower intra-patient variability. When you give 45 units of Levemir, it acts the same day after day after day after day. And with that, you have confidence to titrate the insulin dose, to push those A1C values down to the 6.5 range where they need to be to prevent complications.